Well, a very good evening to each and every one of you, and welcome to this week's episode of Your Manchester with me, Mr. Mark Llewellyn,
and me, Miss Belinda Scott.
How the heck are you?
I'm very well, and you?
Mother's Day just passed. It was good. Did you do a good one?
No.
Nothing?
My mother's away on holiday.
Oh, is she?
As always.
Where's she gone to?
She's on a river cruise in Holland.
Oh.
Yes. What about you? You were away.
I didn't see Marcus was in Brighton.
Yes, you were.
Yes, but apparently it was a lovely day.
Good. She enjoyed it without you.
Pardon?
She enjoyed it without you.
She did enjoy it without me, yes. I know, yes. Imagine that. Listen, we've got a marvellous show for you tonight. This is how your show's looking. Born in South Wales and now residing in New York, our next guest has worked with some of the amazing greats, including Cher and, of course, the one and only Elton John. And he joins us now, known better as Bright Light, Bright Light. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Oh, I'm glad you still got the accent from Wales.
I know. I just did an interview with BBC Radio Wales yesterday, and it got very neath when we were talking because the presenter was also from my hometown. We were like, "Oh, guess what?"
Where is the hometown?
Neath. It's kind of near Swansea. It's where Catherine Jenkins is from. If you're familiar with her work.
Yes, know it very well. The land of Barrabrith.
Right, lovely. Now, I mentioned there at the top of this interview that you've worked with the greats. I mean, you did a long tour. It wasn't just a one-nighter. It was a long tour with Dame Elton. How was that for you?
It was amazing. It was so formative for me. It was very early on in my career. It was second album, and it was meant to be just 7 nights opening for him, and it ended up going really well, and his fans really liked it. So it went from 7 shows to like 57, I think it was. And went to like Russia and Canada and Spain and just like all around the world with him. It was really amazing. He was a friend. He still is a friend, but he was a friend, so it was a little easier to be away for that long with somebody that you're actually a friend of. And him and his team just made us feel like superstars. It was so cool, and getting to play to like thousands of people every night was amazing.
I mean, how does somebody who's in South Wales, in Neath, as you say, end up working with the greats? I mean, the list, just to go through this list that we've got here, we've got Elton John, who we've just mentioned. We've got Erasure, Sister Sisters, Nicky Harris. We've got Cher, even. I mean, how does that happen for you?
I don't know. I don't know. I have a very strange life in that I am not signed to a label. I run my own little label. I don't have a manager. I don't have a publisher. I actually don't have a booking agent in the UK either at the moment. So I exist on a very, very independent level, but I also live in a world with very, very famous established artists. And so I'm in this weird middle ground where not a lot of artists are, where you're straddling the two worlds, and it's kind of an unusual position. Most of the collaborations have come about just because I've met the people and I've got on with them really well. It's really not been anything like labels putting you together or the traditional method of collaboration, but I've just ended up being friends with these people, and they've been like, "Oh, you're quite cool, you're fun, you do something interesting and you work really hard, so let's do something together." And it's really carried me through this whole 15 years of my career of just going from playing on the subway in London, the underground. Sorry, I'm in New York. Call it the subway, the London Underground. I was a busker on the London Underground for like 3 years, and going from that to playing at festivals and playing shows with Elton and Cher and Erasure has been a pretty wild experience. But it's through literally just like not being a terrible person and being a fun person to collaborate with. It gets you a long way, it seems.
Now, as Belinda said in the intro, you now live in New York. I don't know why you give up Neath for New York, but
No.
But was that for work? Was that because of the opportunities that gave you?
It was honestly because I was very unhappy in London, where I was living there before. London is an amazing city, but something that I really struggled with there is the music industry at the time. I haven't lived there for 12 years. At the time, was very focused on being signed, being a buzz artist, being one of these people that have bidding wars all over them. And that wasn't me. And I really felt at the time that like nobody there was vying for me to succeed. And that felt really hard to have as your day-to-day operation. So I just met a few people in New York, one of them Scissor Sisters, and I started to visit New York, and people there were really interested in what I was doing, and they were excited by my ideas, and they were introducing their friends to me, and I kind of formed this little network. And it was so contrary to the experience that I had in London, where people just were not, people were gatekeeping. Because I felt at the time people in London were just concerned that you would overtake them if they were helping you to succeed. And I really disliked that approach to music making. Whereas in New York, people felt like everyone was celebrating the successes of their friends. And it's a really small shift in perspective, but it is a monumental shift when it comes to your own self-worth and your own belief in the fact that you can continue doing this kind of work. So it was really like a cultural shift. And honestly, I do recommend that anybody tries living abroad, because it does change your perspective on the world. You know, living abroad and all the admin that comes with it, the visas, the different cultural nuances and ticks day to day, really makes you rethink and reappreciate where you're from. And it helps you to understand the perspective of people that are not from your country and maybe don't even speak your language as a first language, just to give you a little bit more perspective and patience for people from the rest of the world. Speaking of patience, my cat just screamed, so sorry about that.
I was wondering what that was then.
My cat, yeah, he doesn't like being ignored for too long, so.
Fair enough. Can we talk to you about the process of the way you construct your music then? What is the kind of process? How does it begin for you?
It's very random, song by song. So some of the collaborative ones, I have collaborators like John Shave, who just won a Grammy for his work on Brat, and Ian Masterson, who's worked with Danny Minogue and Bananarama. Sometimes they'll give me like an instrumental, and I'll write the vocal parts over the top of it. So it's like problem solving, which I find really fun. Other times it's just me at my piano over here, and I'll just sit down and play some chords and start working up melodies for it. Other times I start with a beat. There are a couple of songs that I've literally improvised start to finish, and that's been the song. It's very rare, but there's 3 songs in my career that I've done that way. Then they're the sad ones, unfortunately. So it really changes song by song, and while that is a bit frustrating, it's kind of fun to sort of feel like songs can come from anywhere and anything. Sometimes it's like a lyric or something I've overheard on the subway, or, you know, a conversation in a coffee shop, or sometimes it's just like a little melody that pops into my head. It's very random.
Absolutely.
This is coming to the Night and Day Cafe on Sunday, the 13th of April, as part of the Bright Light, Enjoy Your Youth UK tour. So we are very, very excited about this. Thank you so much. I think your words will speak to a lot of people that are creative. And, well, we're looking forward to this, aren't we?
We certainly are.
We are indeed. And we should say that you've worked with quite a few of my friends as well, making a music video here in Manchester to Berry's wonderful new little track.
Yeah.
Yay!
They did such an amazing job. You know, it was really cool to have that song have a life with all of those amazing creative artists. It was such a fabulous thing to do. We started, you know, we worked on that song a while ago, and we were planning putting it out. And we hadn't really planned making a music video until Barry met them doing the Pride festivals last year. And their energy is so fabulous. They're such an example of like queer joy and creativity and making art because you want to make art. I'm so grateful to all of them for the effort and time and looks and fabulous and energy. Like everything they put into that project was so cool. I love it.
And if anybody wants to get their hands on this album, it is a deluxe edition of Enjoy Youth. Is available from the 4th of April from one of our sponsors, which is, of course, Real Groove Records.
Absolutely.
RealGrooveRecords.co.uk.
Thank you so much for joining us. And now you better go and make a fuss of the cat.
I don't know if you can see. Can you see him there? He's jumped up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, lovely. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you want to go and see Bright Light, well then don't hesitate, because we are doing a fabulous prize draw where you could win yourself 2 free tickets to go and watch the fabulous show happen over at Night and Day.
Yes.
Now, it's very, very simple to enter into this competition.
Good. I'm hoping for something simple.
It is. Well, listen, all you need to do is make sure you're following your Manchester.
Yes,
Why
I am.
would you not be? Yes. On top of that, make sure you're following Real Groove Records.
I am.
Our lovely affiliate.
Yes.
And put on there,
Yes.
on one of our socials, who you'd like to take with you. And we will be doing the draw on Friday the 11th.
Shall I take you?
You can take me if you want.
Yes.
Yes, very
We're
good.
allowed to enter.
We can enter. I'm sure we can.
No, we are not.
No, we're not. Anyway, let's hand now to the middle of the road and a very important message.
At Your Manchester, we're working on a very special project entitled HIV and Me. And we're wanting you to take part. We want your stories. What do you think of HIV? Do you have experience of living with HIV, or someone you love, family member perhaps also doing so? What about PrEP? Has that changed the way you think about sexually transmitted diseases? Has it changed the way you live your life? We want to hear from you for a very special series of programmes we're working on with Manchester Pride. You can contact us using the email contact@yourmcr.com, and we can arrange for you to come in and film your story, record it as an audio, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that's entirely fine as well. So we want to hear from you, and Belinda and I will be sharing your stories soon on Your Manchester.
Well, of course, April
Yes.
is going to be Pet Lovely Awareness Full-On Month and all that stuff that goes with it. Have you ever owned a pet?
Yes, I had 2 guinea pigs.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh, I had a few foxes, but they're now a coat. That's show business, isn't it? Eh? Indeed.
But I was having a look, and yes, because what's more popular, having a cat or a dog?
Oh, well, now what is more popular?
Having a dog.
Why? Because they're more obedient and cats don't really have a personality.
Could
don't,
be.
do they? They
We
just-
featured cats tonight. So,
Have we?
about it coming up.
Oh, right.
About 36% of people in Britain have a cat, apparently.
Right.
But it's over 40% for a dog.
I had dogs.
Why? I don't know.
I had dogs.
Oh, you had
I had
dogs,
dogs.
did
yes,
you?
Yes, I had little Dougal.
Yes.
He was a Lazaraptor.
Right.
Right, and I had little Biscuit,
Yes.
who was a wonderful money spinner when I
That's
lived in
interesting.
Ibiza.
And in the dressing room earlier, I caught a glimpse of your schnauzer.
Did you?
Yes, I
Well, it
did.
could be worse. You could have caught a glimpse of my pussy. Now, listen.
Oh, yes, what?
Yes.
Don't. I'm getting all stressed.
Are you? Well, that's another thing that's happening
What?
as well, Stress awareness month.
No, really?
Yes, really.
Gosh.
Yeah, so you ever stressed?
Always.
I'm never
Every
stressed.
Monday.
Never stressed at all. I'm Buddhist.
Are you?
Yes, and by that I mean I cross my legs and stand in front of a mirror and pretend that it's Buddha.
Well, you do
Yes.
look like Buddha.
Thank
don't
you very much indeed. I do try my hardest. So,
Yes.
Stress Awareness Month.
Yes.
What do you do to de-stress other than
Well-
sell your garden centre?
Well, that was a big factor. But now I go for a walk every day.
Do you?
Yes,
Where do
I
you
do.
walk?
Round M&S quite often. And in the local park, I do that. And
You want to be careful wandering around in the local park.
No,
you know, at
people
your
need
age.
to be
You'll
careful.
get a reputation, my love.
No, there's a defibrillator in there, so I'm all right. I've checked it out. You need to do that at my age.
Do
yes.
you?
And what do you do to stress relief?
A few vodkas, a little bit of talcum powder. It's all there for me. I like talcum powder. If you burn talcum powder, it makes a lovely smell around the room.
It's not very good for you.
What,
Talcum powder.
Is it no?
No,
Well, I
it's
swear by it keeps me
carcinogenic.
looking young. I mean, we're the same age. Who do you think it's working?
Well, I'm quite close to you.
You
I'm
are?
not going to comment on that.
Yes, don't comment on that.
No,
at all.
no.
So, Stress Awareness Month, Pet Awareness Month.
Yes.
And also,
Yes.
have you read in the papers this week?
Yes.
They're now doing facial recognition in Asda.
Is that to keep the ugly people out?
That's just, well, I don't know what it's for,
No,
to be
I
honest
don't
with you.
know.
Why would you? The problem with me is you can never have the same face.
Well, that's true. But I think more faces than the town hall clock.
Indeed.
But I think it's there so that people who are a bit of a troublesome person,
Yes.
yes, they come in the store and the alarms go off.
Really?
Yes.
What for? To stop
Well, then
them coming in
keep
altogether?
the security people can keep an eye out for them.
Oh.
You must have had that problem, surely.
No, I normally wear a balaclava when I'm shoplifting. I find it easier. It means I don't have to shave as well. So it's all good things, isn't it?
Excellent, isn't
So
it?
facial recognition is just simply for a security measure then? It's
Yes.
for no other reason at all.
No.
It's not like to buy your shopping. You have to, because otherwise if it was Asda, you'd have to go bum bum, wouldn't you?
Well, you'd have trouble. You have trouble getting on your phone.
I thought you were going to say I was going to have trouble getting on my knees then. I was going to say.
No, we know that's not an issue.
No.
Yes, I think it's just looking out for people that are known to the police.
Oh, right. Well, that's very good, isn't it? Listen.
Yes, what?
I have to tell you, there's a fantastic sitcom that I've just got into, right?
Oh, yes.
And I am giddy about it because I can't believe they're about to turn it into a stage show. Have a look at this.
Now then, when I used to go and work in Canada quite a lot before I was refused entrance anymore, I used to watch a sitcom on the television. It was all the rage. Everyone was talking about it, and it was Kim's Convenience. And I am pleased to say that it's travelling Britain on the stage, and we're joined now by the star of the show, and that is James Yee. Hello.
Well,
Hello.
James, this has been such a success. Why? What's the success behind it been?
I think it's because it's a very universal story. I think anybody who lives in the Western Hemisphere are were immigrants at some point, or they come from a family of immigrants. But more than that, I think it's a story about family, love, forgiveness, and reconciliation, and it's super funny. So I think using humor as the avenue to tell this story, I think was very clever on In's Choice part, and at the same time, it goes to places that are very real, and audiences, I think, really resonate with those moments.
Fantastic. And James, we should say for people who don't know the show, this was basically about the Korean community in Toronto, wasn't it? And set
Yes,
around the convenience store there that the family run.
yes, that's correct. Yeah.
How does this then translate to the stage then? What are we getting different that we haven't perhaps seen within the actual sitcom itself?
Yeah, well, actually, the play came first. In 2011, it played at the Toronto Fringe Festival. No theater company would pick it up, so Ins Choi took it to the Fringe Festival, and it was such a smash hit there that then all the theater companies lined up, and then they had a very successful run at Soul Pepper Theater, and then they had a nice, big national tour for a couple of years, and then the TV show came. So I would say that if people were to come see the play for the first time and having already previously seen the TV show, I would say that the humor is very similar, and they will even recognize some of the bits that we're taking from the play directly into the TV show. And a lot of the characters are pretty much the same, but the play version, the characters are like 10 years older than what they did for the TV show. I don't know why they did that. I think they were maybe hoping that the two worlds would intersect at one point, where the TV show would catch up and then hopefully line up with the play. I don't know, but I think that might have been one of the hopes, but it never really quite did.
Now, in the play, you're playing the father of the family, and in the TV series, I know you went to every episode. You played this bit more brash part, didn't you? The car the car dealer. How are you enjoying switching from one role to the other?
Oh, it's so fun. I think it's really fun to be able to play people who have no filters. I think that's just a lot of fun. There's some freedom in that. Although I don't share the same views as that character, it was still fun to be able to play kind of this this guy who doesn't know any better, and he's just like saying a lot of horrible things out of his mouth. But there is sort of a redemption arc to his character. But I really enjoy just getting into the skin of whatever character is before me. But I really enjoy playing Appa, especially because Appa is quite a deeper character. He has a lot of complexities, and he has a lot of different nuances that you get to explore as an actor. And so I really enjoy playing Appa.
So, of course, then with this successful play that we've got now, would you like to see it return maybe to the television again?
I think that ship has sailed. I would love to see it happen again, but I think that ship may have sailed. Um, I think, as all fans would, have appreciated if there was a more fitting closure to the end of that show. But I think, given the circumstances of everything after how it ended and all that, I really doubt it would it would return. But you never know. I mean, maybe like 10 years down the road, when everyone is feeling like they can revisit it, maybe they would. But yeah, personally, I don't see it happening, sadly.
So, for those who haven't seen the TV show or want to catch up on it, they can do on Netflix, of course, as well. How long are you on the road with this, and have you got something else lined up?
Well, we'll be on tour till early July, and I think we will be finishing in Birmingham if I'm correct. I'm not positive, but so I've never been in the UK. This is my first time here, and so this is a great way to visit the UK, get to work here, and see much of the UK. So I'm really thrilled about being here. As far as what's coming up next for me is, I think there may be some more Kims down the road in Canada or in the States for me, the play, and I am in the process right now of trying to pitch a TV series, a comedy of my own with a friend of mine.
Oh, and can you give us any information about that?
Well, all I can say is a comedy, and it has something to do with golf. So that's which is one of my biggest passions in life.
That's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Kim's Convenience, the play, is coming to Home Theatre from the 7th to the 12th of April. So everybody, click on this link here and get your tickets. For now, though, James, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Well, hasn't it been a packed show tonight?
God, you're very excited. Are you excited?
Yes.
Don't forget, everybody, if you have enjoyed this week's show, you can go to our website, www.yourmcr.com. You'll get all the behind-the-scenes shizzle, things that perhaps you should have
Yes, and you can find us on Tickery Talk and Instacock and all these different things.
And of course, we've got exclusive interviews over with Uncle Stephen on the podcast, which airs on Sunday from 7 p.m.
Yes, we do like Uncle Stephen, don't we?
We do very
I listen
much.
to him just before I want to go to bed.
Do you?
It doesn't half help with your sleeping.
He's part of the car map now, you know.
Really?
Yes, he is very much so. So make sure you're checking that. We've got loads of guests. We've done loads of interviews today, and we've not been able to fit them all in today's show.
We haven't.
So it means we'll have to do it again next week.
They shall be scattered across the coming weeks.
And all that jazz. Thanks for watching this week's episode of
Your Manchester.